Hey everybody, it's Steven with Improbable Wargaming
and Trevor.
And we're here building and painting. Today I'm trying to get as much work done on my Gene Stiller cult as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And I've already painted like 16 models today, and I've got
nothing.
My goal is to get these 4 more done. I have to get 100 models painted in 2 weeks. So my goal is to do like at least 20 a day.
I did 66 last week.
That's fine. But I've seen how you painted them, and we don't.
Yeah, they're not the greatest.
We don't talk about.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
But either way,
I'm working on more kill teams for us to play with right now.
Yep.
I'm doing the Inquisitorial Agents. This box here. There's a lot of cool options in here so far. The first one was a book with a candle guy. I don't know what he does. I know. This is why I keep putting these together because I don't know what they do.
You're worrying too much about it.
Yeah, that is the thing. I'm worrying too much about them.
Yeah.
Just build what's cool.
Yeah, just build it. We're not worried about it.
Kill Team's fun. I don't think Kill Team has any insta lose if you don't do this.
There could be.
There could be. We haven't found them yet. Yeah.
Yeah. We found other ways to insta lose, but not that way. Let's see here. Getting some of these hands painted. After I do this, I gotta dry brush these bad boys. They're gonna be a little dark in the beginning, but then I dry brush them, and then they'll be good.
Bring the light back.
Yeah, I'm using this Slanesh gray to lighten up their skin after I've gotten a bunch of that done. You know.
Get the purple down.
Yeah, so they're purple now, and then I'll just.
Let me see that Slanesh gray.
Oh yeah. It's kind of a.
Oh, it's still purple.
It's still
just.
Yeah, I love that it calls it Slanesh gray, but it's a super light purple.
Yeah, no, that's a good color though.
Yep, I like it. So we're gonna be using that for dry brush and all that. Whoa, everyone's chatting today. They were looking pretty good. I appreciate it. I've gotten a lot done today. What good boys? Not much there, Golda. Nice to see you. Lots of models to paint.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we're constantly and always. Oh yeah. So how the RTT? That's a good question. The RTT was a lot of fun. I went 2-1 with my Gene Stiller cult. I lost to Chaos Marines. I feel like the tactical choice I made caused me to lose, but the other person doesn't. The person who I lost to didn't agree. They thought, oh, what the other thing you would have done wouldn't have made a difference. But I don't know if that's true. But oh well.
Is that hubris talking? Is that what it is?
Maybe. I don't know. But it was okay. I learned, I learned more about my Gene Stillers, especially with the, the nerfs that have been in place, and just getting some good practicing with them. So it was a lot of fun. And then of course my buddy took first place, and then another friend of mine took third place. So I was very happy to see that. I was 9th place out of 24 people, so it wasn't terrible.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun, and thanks for asking. I have yet to find a reason not to build all the special guys in Kill Team. I hear you there. I mean,
dude, yeah. Like every time I look at the army list, I'm like, oh, I just get 2 of these boxes, or I want them all, just so you can play with them.
Yeah,
so
if you buy,
look fun.
Generally, if you buy 2 boxes, you're good. You know what I mean, and you're ready to go. But yeah, it's too funny. You're like, I want more.
Yeah, it's weird how Kill Team, the game that's supposed to be cheap, easy to get into, still gets you hooked, and you still want more models.
Oh yeah, you're still gonna want more. I mean, instead of it's way cheaper to own all the Kill Teams, that's for sure. But it's still money.
Yeah, it's still money that.
Yeah, it's gone forever.
Yeah.
For the most part, I've never. When people are like, "Oh, I sold my army," blah blah. I rarely have ever sold an army for a profit. Most often not, I'm losing money. There's been 2 exceptions to that, but that's about it. So I don't know.
I just don't. Unless someone really, I'll tell people, like for the longest time, I was like, oh yeah, I'll tell everyone I meet, yeah, I've got a Lizardman army I want to get rid of, but I'm not going to piece it out at all. And
yeah, I mean, if you piece it out, that's different.
Brandon took me up on it to paint some Primarchs, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that worked out. Yeah. I hear that. So, yeah, sometimes it can work out. One time I did talk to the guys who buy a lot of this stuff, and then by the time I was done talking to them, I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. They don't give you the 50% value. They give you less than that.
Yeah.
So it's really not worth it in my mind. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, that's what I usually go and offer 50% of retail.
Yeah.
Of even current retail, not like I know this is an old kit,
Yeah. If you really want it or whatever.
Yep.
I hear that.
I do want to get one of those old Bloodthirsters. After painting 3 Bloodthirsters last week, I'm like, oh, I want the old metal one.
Oh,
that
good
is
luck.
now not like smaller than a Demon Prince.
That's hilarious.
He's just tiny.
Yeah, a lot of those old models were nowhere near the size
No.
of what we're seeing at these days. But that's okay. That's a big jacket. I've got to figure out. I think that's where the blue goes. That's the shoulder pad.
How many of those dudes with the hologram table do you have?
I have two of them.
Two of them, and like, do you actually use two?
I did until the army got nerfed. Because what happened is these guys allow you to reuse a strategy for free, and before they changed how you could reuse them, you could literally drop a unit in outside of 3, drop another unit in outside of 3, then you could have them both have +1 to hit and AP and stuff, and so you.
Oh, like so you drop down like two twin units. And
yeah,
they both get the buffs.
Yeah, they both get the buffs, and you could just hammer a unit on the board real bad, or 2 different units, and all that kind of stuff, and it was very impressive. So.
Dang.
So what are you gonna do? So no, I mean it's good at what they did, but yeah, the Genestealer cult was really easy to win with before, and now you have to work.
Before
harder.
Eldar, or were they the big baddie before or after Eldar?
Well, Eldar been the big baddie the whole time. These were the second baddies, So if you ran into us or you ran into elves, you were likely to lose. Now I know that's not always true, because I know there's some people that are, they're playing their elves, but they're refusing to play meta or whatever.
Oh yeah, right.
It's hard being an elf player right now because people get real angry, and even if they beat you, they're just like. You know what I mean? People are real salty towards
I
elves.
remember someone on the Discord was talking about that, about how they're like, yeah, I'm trying to like get back into the game, and someone wouldn't even like teach them how to play the game because they had Eldar or something, or they were apprehensive to do so, and it's like, geez.
Yeah, it's
hate is strong.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. There was a lot of that before too when I was playing. I had the same problem with my Harlequins when they were really good. People would just refuse to play, and it just stinks because you're like, I want to get better, no matter what, but people didn't want to play you because they didn't want to just, in a sense, auto lose, or at least that's what they thought would happen.
Yeah. I mean, I get, there's such a thing as, I call them feels bad armies.
Sure.
And, in Heresy, there are some armies that can just be, they can pin your whole army, on one turn.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I just don't get a turn then.
Yeah.
That's not a fun game to play.
No, I don't disagree at all. Yeah, that can be a little rough. Let's get these capes done. But how's everyone else doing in chat? You guys got anything fun going on tonight?
Yeah, anybody working on stuff with us, or got cool projects like Big Titans, or
Big Titans,
or new army? That's more.
There you go.
I always like hearing about people's foray into new armies. That's always.
Oh yeah. I've got this fun idea for my Jakari, bringing double bombers, and just having fun, because why not?
Double bombers.
Yeah. So if they fly over you, they cause mortal wounds, and then on a 4-up, and then on top of it, they've got these strength 14 dark lances that are AP 4 and. D6 plus 2 damage, so they're great for taking out vehicles. They can't come in turn 1, so you're not going to do any turn 1 alpha strikes because of the rules. But when they come in turn 2, they're going to be a true terror.
Actually dropping mortals and stuff down. That's.
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of fun in there that you can do.
What are they, the one good flyer right now?
It's one of the only flyers in the game that's probably worth using.
Dang.
So, and more Jakari players are starting to figure it out and starting to bring them onto the table. So.
Uh-oh. This piece does not go with this.
Oh no.
Well, I just cut off 2 backs.
Be careful.
Oopsie. So this one's 12.
Let's see. Okay.
That one's 14.
14?
No, it said 12 and 13.
Okay.
That's what I cut out. It was 12 and 13.
I don't know. GW.
What are you doing,
I got
guys?
you again.
Or is there just only 1 foot?
I don't know. Good question. This thing. What is going on here?
Yeah, there's just one of the feet is just under the cloak enough.
Oh, I see. Okay. So
that you can't see.
Painting my chaplain in Terminator armor and the lion. Very nice, Mr. Thomas Mullen. And then we got about a lot of models to paint. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, I know Golda's got some models to paint. No doubt about it, right, Golda? Now get to work.
I think I don't think I know anybody that's like, oh yeah, all my models are painted, and I'm just, you know.
That doesn't seem like a 40K thing.
Yeah, that just seems like you're not a wargamer at all. Like.
Yeah, what do you mean you don't? You're caught up. Well, there are probably a few people that, if they only play one army and they've been playing for a few years, they probably have got everything, depending on a few factors. But
no such thing.
No such thing? Okay.
There's always more.
That's true. I mean,
there's like allies, friends, neighbors.
It's funny.
Like, I have everything I need for my World Eaters, but I'm still gonna... Then I move on to like, oh, well, maybe I'll get some Mechanicum.
Oh.
Or maybe I'll get some... Well, now I got Demons.
There you go.
They're not the same army, but they're neighbors.
There you go. Yeah, right? That's true.
Can't ally with them, but they're neighbors.
And then it looks... Yeah. And of course, Gold has got like 4,000 points to paint, so that'll be a while.
Yeah, what army do you got?
He has Tyranids. He's a
so it's actually a lot of models.
It's an actual lot of models, yeah. No question.
Yeah.
You hear Tyranids need to be painted, and it's like, oh boy.
Yeah. I slowly fade into the bushes like Homer Simpson.
Oh boy. This one needs to mix a little better.
Oh, you know what? I ended up finally getting those little steel ball bearings.
Okay.
For all my paint pots.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, good. This is all covered up. Good.
Probably should do the same. I'm just trying this new paint that I have. Like, it's been sitting on my shelf for a while. It's this Morghast Bone. And these are bone swords, so I was like, let's try that.
They have bone swords?
Yeah, these guys do, yeah.
I guess Tyranid bones.
Yeah, I mean, they're Tyranids, really.
Oh, yeah, Tyranids have bone
basically
swords,
corrupted Tyranid boys, so...
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. I love it. But yeah, so these guys, they're pretty cool. They have anti-infantry 2+ attacks, so on wounding. So they wound real good, but they don't have any AP. So most things can survive it for
most people are just.
Well, at least Space Marines will chuckle it off because they're like, oh, 3 up, we're fine.
Wasn't the anti-infantry make it mortals or something?
No, that's only if it has devastating wounds in addition. So if you have something that says devastating wounds normally will happen on a 6 on the wound roll, right? But then if it also says that it has anti-whatever, then it'll happen on whatever that is. So if it's a 2 up or, a 4 up.
Oh, but if it's just anti-infantry.
Then, yeah, you don't get it. So it's not too bad at all. Tyranids have so many models. I agree with you. It is a worthy project that you'll be doing for a long time.
Oh, that's an army I guess I did have at one point and sold.
Yeah,
I bought it at a charity thing.
Oh, okay.
Event, and I was like, it was for a guy in the gaming group that had passed. And,
oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm just letting this sit on the shelf. I'd rather get it to somebody who...
Yeah, somebody who'll love it.
Is actually going to put his models to use, so...
Yep, I agree with that. It's so easy to get more armies than you ever need as well.
Yeah.
Well, I knew one guy, he was always like, I can never win, and I was like, well, let me help you, let's see what you got. The problem is he had so many armies. He had 8 armies, but he only had a little bit of everything, so he could never make, like, a good list. He could just make a list.
Yep.
And I was like, dude, stop buying all these different armies. Just focus on one.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
I think that's really good advice for anybody starting, like, a war game.
Yeah.
Is, like, especially, like, the scale of the games that are in 40K and 30K is, like, focus on one thing and just like the skill levels and the variety.
There's so much to learn in this game that
even kill team, it's like play one team for a little while.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Don't jump around.
Because
that's an easy way to just get like you were saying, like to lose a ton and get totally disheartened and disenfranchised from the game. And
oh yeah, nobody wants to lose every game. Nobody wants that.
Yeah, like I don't mind losing. Like last week, Monday, Adam pretty much tabled me. We called it. But when I had like 3 models on the board, it's like, no, that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, I'm
not mad.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like when I lost my first game, I wasn't mad. I was like, yep, that was a good game. I learned a bunch.
Yep.
And you just move on. If you get mad, then you're really just making the community less because you could scare off people and.
Yeah, right? Like, when it's like, if you're going out lashing out just because you lost games or something, it's like, just take it on the chin and be like, okay, how can I get better?
Yeah, exactly. If you're losing all the time, this is the time to figure out how you can improve.
Because I feel like you can still, even, and you correct me if I'm wrong in 40K, because I'm mostly just in Kill Team and 30K.
Yeah.
You could build a fun army.
Oh, yeah.
And not get stomped. Like, you can build, like, with almost any models. You can, like if a model's bad, you can still take one of them and be okay. And play with that fun model you
And it
wanted.
depends on who you're playing against, right? If you're just playing against your buddies, you're probably, and you guys, and if you talk it out, like, hey, I'm bringing a really fun list that really doesn't, it just mess around, then a lot of times people will respond in kind.
Yep.
But if you just don't say nothing and you show up and they've got the meta list, well, you know how that's going to go.
Yeah, right.
Like, well, I guess I should have talked this out first.
Yeah.
So
I don't know quite if there is a generic, like, all legions can do it kind of meta list for Heresy.
Good to see you, Odin.
Oh, what's up?
Yep. No, I hear you there. Let's see. I have 2 armies I play with, and third is slowly building as long-term project. Yep. There's nothing wrong with a long-term project, so I hear that.
Those are almost more fun because you get to really put time into them.
Yeah, when you're not like that's the only thing that I regret is most of the projects I'm working on, I don't have time to put a lot of love into it. So I'm like, I'm always like basically speed painting.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, it's not as fun as when you're painting out of the love of it.
Yes. Yeah, I found that like speed painting all these armies and stuff, I'm like, oh, it's fun to like get a bunch of painted models on the board.
Oh yeah.
But if I want to add a unit to like my World Eater army, it's probably going to take a couple of weeks of painting that one unit.
Oh sure.
And that's fair, I think. I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
No. Especially when you're, it's like you love that army and you want it to look as good as it can be, right?
So, yep, exactly.
So yeah, that's one of the reasons why people give me a lot of compliments on my Harlequins. It's because I put a lot of love into them and pay attention to the details, if you will.
And that's really the thing. It's just picking out details. That's how you become a good painter.
I have about 4K of Dark Angels, 2.3 of Crimson Fist, 1K of Tyranids, and planning to keep these as my 3 armies and gradually add them rather than additional armies. Nope, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That sounds like a good plan.
And that's like a good spread too.
Oh yeah, I mean,
if you got like a couple of Space Marine, but then you got Xenos in there too. I mean,
yeah, I mean, if you're a competitive player, what I recommend is that, like you're doing, you have 3 armies because the meta is going to shift, and as long as the armies are generally drastically different, the likelihood is one of them will be good in the meta, while other ones may be bad right now. And then that way, if you're trying to compete and you kind of care about that, that's one option. But if you're a diehard like some of my Death Guard friends, then you just keep playing what you're playing, and you just accept that GW hates you.
Well, I think even if you have like a quote unquote trash army,
yeah,
you should. There's still builds that there are some builds out there that will work.
Oh yeah,
or at least make it so you're not losing all the time.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, like Jakari, right? They're at the bottom of the barrel right now, but I've played plenty of games with them and won with them. It's just you have to work harder to do so, and as long as you're okay with that, you can learn a lot from a weaker army because you have to work so hard to win, where someone else, in some cases, just they don't have to do much. And when you learn how to win with a weaker army, when your army gets stronger, people are in trouble.
Yeah, right. Yeah, when they do get their buff or they get their codex out,
it's gonna be like it's stomping time. So for sure. There we go. Getting a little blue in here. Get a little all that. Let's see. Thomas, what do you have in Tyranids? Oh, Gold trying to get stuff. What are you
trying to scope out the other Tyranid guys?
Yeah, he's like, hey.
What do you got?
Yeah, tell me more about your army, bro. I'll tell you, these guys are really easy to paint. I mean, I'm not painting them to a super high level, but I mean, honestly,
Dude, these things are... I've got 3 guys done already.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm surprised at how quickly these are.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, they're not a big investment, but after like 3 months of building almost nonstop, I'm really happy to be painting again.
paint, you know what? I used to be a big, like, I want to build models, get them on the table, but like once I started going to like a bunch of events and seeing how nice it feels to have fully painted armies, I kind of like painting.
Well, no, agreed. There's something about showing up with a painted army, and like, for example, like when I went to Warhammer Fest, people were like coming to the table that I was playing at and just staring at my Harlequins. You know, they're like, wow, how'd you do that? You know, it feels good when people are like loving what you did, right?
Yep.
And
yeah,
you know, it's and so and you know,
the question I usually get is not how did you do that. It's more of how many pots of blood paint did you go through?
You're the reason why we have a shortage right now.
Yeah, is there? There
is. There hasn't been any available for 3 months.
That might be me because I have like, I think it's over a dozen pots.
I love it.
And like, if I'm out of town and I win money,
yeah,
like. A lot of the times it's not a ton of money, so I just buy more blood for the blood god pots.
I have 1 pot right now, and I'm cherishing it.
Oh, weak.
Well, yeah, you know,
yeah.
When you can't even get it, what are you gonna? I'm just glad to have 1.
Oh, what are we gonna do? Ooh, big spear guy or a penal legionnaire. Ooh.
What the heck is a penal legionnaire?
So like the guys that they yank out of prisons.
Death Guard. I didn't say Death Guard don't rule there, Warren. I'm just saying that the people who play them are trash. Oh no! Gonna start a fight.
No, you just said they were diehards. That's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, they're
There's nothing wrong being a diehard for your army, man.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, hand flamer and chainsword.
Okay.
Or spear and combat blade.
Show me one more time. I heard.
So it's like a Death World veteran or a
dude. That just looks.
I know the spear looks too cool to pass up.
The spear just looks good. I don't know what else to say. Leviathan box stuff plus 3 more Van Ryan Leapers so I can run 10 more Termagants so I can have 20 Gaunt blocks and 10 lesser trading units. Okay, nice. When he's talking about trading, it sounds like he knows what he's doing. Let's see here. Oh, well, thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out with us. We just had a busy weekend and playing, and it was just, we're both kind of just taking a bit of a break from the gaming side, especially like if I've got another RTT next weekend that I'm going to. Then I'm going to a GT event after that. I'm trying to get as many reps in with my Gene Stealers as I can. You know, they're in like the middle of the road army, so I can win games with them. I could even win an event if I play well. You know,
if you're really on your game.
Yeah, so there's nothing holding me back besides me, not the army.
What's the like hard counter to them right now?
Orcs.
Really? And
the fact that I beat an orc player this last RTT was huge, but I think part of the reason I was able to beat him is because I play orcs. I know what they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm not like, oh, I don't know what, because he was like, do you want me to tell you what this army does? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like, I know, I see everything you got.
Yeah, I know probably more than you do.
Well, by the time we were done with the game, he was asking me lots of questions about orc and stuff, so it's funny. Because, I was like, dude, don't you have this? And he's like, oh, no, is that good? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you should have that in the list next time.
Jeez.
So it was just kind of funny. He's like, "Oh, you're really an orc player." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid to play them because people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're chasing the men." I'm like, "Dude, I've had orcs for like 3 years. Shut up."
Yeah, that's really hard.
So
to take that kind of.
And plus, I kind of just want to play something really more niche, you know, because there's not a lot of people that play Gene Stealer Cult. But there's tons of people that play orcs, and so I kind of like being in a smaller crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It feels like more. I feel more like I'm doing something more unique when I'm like not in the.
And you kind of help like the local meta when you see an army that isn't being played and you go out there and play it really.
Oh
well.
Yeah, it helps it helps your local people too.
And it's helpful even if they are a really powerful army, like. You're still letting them get practice, like getting familiar. So if people do travel out,
that was the only bad thing about the first guy I played into. He was like, "Oh, I played in a Gene Stealers a couple times." Like, damn it! I was like, "Damn it! He knows our tricks. He's seen them." The other 2 guys are like, "I've never seen Gene Stealers before." Again, I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah, they're an army you really need to know what you're doing. I think.
Well, they're considered
what you're doing like against them.
Yeah, that too. But they're considered one of the more technical armies. They're not an easy pick up and play army, especially
Yeah, which that goes for like the controlling player, but also for the enemy is like, if someone is just a good like orc player, let's say, and their strategy is relatively simple.
It often is.
Even going against like a bad Gene Stealer player can be like off-putting because they're like, I don't even know what they do.
Yeah. Well, the problem is when you run into a Gene Stealer player who is new or not very good. The problem is they're kind of easy to beat because they make they don't know what to do.
Well, yeah, they have no idea what the tools are in their army.
Yeah, so you get that too. But yeah, no, I hear you. But if you're playing into them when they're hotness, when everybody's trying to get them, then you're probably in trouble no matter what, because they could just easily beat you. Okay, so this guy is done besides the base.
Nice.
So I like that. I need to wash him. He's gonna get a wash. We're dry brushing the flesh at the moment, but these ones are gonna have to dry a little more.
So the event that I was at last weekend was Siege of Terra themed event.
Okay.
Where we had almost all the legions that were at Terra.
Okay. Yep.
Represented in pretty much all the Primarchs.
Okay.
So we had like Demon Angron, Demon Fulgrim.
Okay. Yeah.
Mortarion was there. And so we had these wall tables. I'm gonna be trying to post like a video of what all we did, because there were some really cool tables that were made up.
Oh, sure, yeah.
By Ben that made all the walls.
Very nice.
But a lot of Titans. There were 4 Warhounds.
Oh, wow.
And a Warbringer.
Well, that sounds fun.
One that's a little bigger than a Reaver. So we had those. The Titans couldn't break through the walls. The one thing that ended up doing it was those demons that got tabled last week.
Oh, I love it.
So
we got this.
Finally figured out kind of how to play them, which was fun, but got to get Sanguinius against his big corn demon Cabanda, but so Sanguinius came down and had a disordered deep strike.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
So Sanguinius is in the middle of this demon pit, and none of his allies are nearby, and he's just got normal assault marines with him, and they fended off almost 100 bloodletters with him and his one squad. It was truly epic. It was
sounds like it.
It was a sound victory for the demons, but it's just fun to have like those fun moments of of how many demons can Sanguinius actually kill.
That's an excellent question.
Let's find out.
Yeah, exactly. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, when he rolled a 1 for his deep strike, he just yelled out, "This is fucking butts!" It's like butts.
Oh, wow.
So now he like quickly made a meme going around. It was fun. He was super upset, but
it sounds hilarious.
But it's fun. We had a ton of fun. There were a lot
survived, so hey.
Yeah.
Well, he lost, but
no, he did die.
Oh, he did eventually die?
He did eventually get drowned down.
I mean, it makes sense. If he got through it, that'd have been hilarious.
But it took 90. I had 6 squads of 16. It was 96 lesser demons. So
that's hilarious. I just love it.
Fun.
I just love it. Okay, let's see. We have to correct that. Get all this. I'm just gonna put more null oil, people. More null oil.
It's liquid. Almost. Well, you know what? Anymore, I think actual oil washes are the real.
Oh sure, I have
liquid talent, as they used to say.
Oh yeah, I mean I have a bunch of it, but because it was gifted to me, but I just haven't really used it much. I'm just weird, I guess.
A lot simpler than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah. Nice to know. Okay, we gotta get all this null oil everywhere, and then we'll be good. Okay, this stupid thing wants to break so bad, I can already tell. Okay. There we go. That one is done besides basing. These guys need a moment to dry, and then we'll knock them out. And then all of my characters and will be done along with all my abominants and my my ridge runners. So
did you bring a fully painted force to the RTT?
No, I had some. Like I had my Gene Stealer my Pure Strain Gene Stealers were painted, my ridge runners were painted, and I can't remember what else was painted. It was like a third of the army was painted. So but our RTTs, they don't care about that.
Well, you don't get points for painted.
They just give it to everybody. Like it's just kind of like a freebie, if you will.
That's odd.
Well, just because it's an RTT, and the RTTs are supposed to be like an intro into competing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they don't want it to be like excluding people who maybe are just new, still working on their stuff or whatever.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So I don't really sweat them for what they're doing there, because honestly, any way to get more people to show up to these RTTs and stuff is good.
No, yeah, it makes sense.
And then the RTT I went to, this was actually a very high level one. Like there was several people playing that are in like some of the top in the world showed up there. So one of those things where it was exactly what I needed, right? Play against high skilled level players instead of, the easy stuff which sometimes you run into.
Good.
Yeah, so I liked it. And the guy I lost to came in second, so I can't feel too bad.
No, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, if I lost to him and then he gets whooped.
Yeah, if like your one loss is the guy at the bottom, you're like,
oh, I feel terrible.
Yeah.
But sometimes that does happen though. Like they get lucky or things just go wrong, right? So you can't always just look at it that way, but sometimes you do.
Yeah, well, it's hard not to, and I think that's something that you got to go into competitions.
Steven, thank you for a great game this weekend. Hey, Blake, good to see you. I'm glad that you came to hang out. He's a nurse like myself. He's still a hospice nurse, unlike myself, but he's a fabulous guy. We had so much fun talking about orcs. It was no doubt about it. So, and actually, I think I laughed more in that game than any game I've ever had. We were cracking it up, but it was cool. He had this giant squig-off thing that terrified me. I was like, please keep...
The gargantuan squig-off?
Yeah, the one that's like a couple $100 and monstrous.
Oh, wow.
It was way cool. I put a picture up in our Discord, and it was wow. But it was just crazy to see it. You're like, oh, I never thought I'd see one of those in real life.
Yeah.
So very cool. Let's see. And then the Thousand Sun player guy, he was a slow player, but he knew his army. You know what I mean? So that was it was interesting.
Slow, but just indecisive.
Yeah, he was slow to make decisions, but he knew his rules and stuff. So it was one of those things where I was like, we had to stop the game at turn 4 and just talk it out because he was just too far behind and in that regard. So.
Oh man.
But I had already sealed the deal, so.
It was just, how many points do you seal a deal?
Hey, Snow, good to see you. I'm late, but I'm here for a short time.
What's going on?
Hey, Bahamut. Yeah, it's good to see all of you here. I'm so grateful for all you coming and hanging out with us.
Yeah.
It's sometimes
a lot of familiar names. Like, you guys rock.
Our people.
Coming out here.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. Him and I are just tired, and we're taking a little break from gaming, and both of us have a lot of models to work on, so... Always. That's the fun about having a channel. YouTube channel, right?
This never ends.
Yep, it's constant work in progress. So, but yeah, if you guys are here and if you haven't been here before, hit that like and subscribe and check out our Discord. It's super active. Lots of great people in there. I'm a big fan of
really
of
helpful
all of them.
People. Like that aren't even like moderators. Just everybody's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's some amazing painters and hobbyists in there too.
Yeah.
I like looking at some of the stuff and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna up my game. Like these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, we might need to zoom the camera out on my stuff a little bit.
No, oh maybe. We're not gonna do that for you though.
No.
Nah. Why would we want to do
that? It's all right. Even speed painting, it's all slap chop. Slap chop's good.
I like to use Ninjon's way of saying it. He calls it the suck cut method.
Suck cut?
Yeah, he says it sucks less than slap chop.
Yeah.
So, and of course, he's a Monumental, and he's part of Monument Hobbies sponsorship like myself. And so it's just funny when he does that. Oh, man, getting ready for what now? Get ready for a hunt showdown with the boys. What do you mean by that? Are you hunting deer? Are you going out pheasant hunting? Because I know that's coming up soon at the end of the month here in Nevada. Not Nevada, I mean in Iowa. I'm thinking of where I used to live.
Man, yeah.
But yeah, so like where are you hunting, I guess is the question. I need to, after the first weekend in November, I'm going to go and trap my hawk. And because that'll be, the big vent be out of the way. Okay. I'll have time to train my new hawk, and that's kind of the big plan for now. I hate these pistols. Look at these little points they put on the pistols, and big surprise they break off, right?
No, it's not. It's not a big surprise at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, oh no, they broke. But last time I looked, Monument Hobbies had more brushes in stock, guys. So if you get a chance, follow our link that's in the Discord or the link that's here in the description, because we've got more brushes in. And out of all the things that I'm a huge fan of all of Monument Hobbies tools. I use their brushes exclusively, and there's more I plan on getting because gosh, it's such great stuff. that they have. Let's go get this fire lit up. And let us know if you got any questions for 30K, 40K kill team, or just competitive or painting stuff. As we're here knocking these things out.
Yeah, what kill teams do you guys want to see?
Yeah.
Because that's kind of...
Yeah,
we're just kind of putting random stuff together, saying, hey.
Yep, that's true.
That's what we got.
Rando. Oh, boy. Hunt Showdown is a video game. Oh, okay. You hunt hogs in real life. That's because you're in Texas, because I would love that. Oh, no, you're in... Okay. I also local college and talk to the Indian club and see and get people to... Okay. Oh, yeah, because you're really interested in that underworld, aren't you? I keep forgetting about that you're...
that
role-playing...
Oh, no, the AOS role-playing game.
Well, they also have it for 40K as well now.
Oh.
So, yeah, so it's kind of cool.
Now it's cool. Yeah. Now that 40K has one.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I care about half the time. But, yeah, no, I hear you. Whatever you like. But, what was really interesting to me was the... you know how they got that first edition Warhammer book that you can order now?
No.
Did you see that? Yeah, they brought it back. But the funny part is, when I was at Warhammer Fest, you could buy it there a couple months ago. So I'm surprised.
Oh, the 40K book. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
To me, that's pretty cool. Some people, if you really want to see what the original game was like, you definitely have the opportunity.
Yeah, I know a couple of guys that went over there, and one of them bought it while they were over there because they're like, oh, yeah, it's so exclusive. And they're like, no, I was so unique.
Yeah, it was for like a moment.
for what, 6 months?
No Underworld is a hex minigame. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was originally saying. That is a fun game.
Is it? I've never played it, so
there's like a deck building component to it.
Okay, yeah.
It's really small scale. Like you use like Skaven still only have like 6 models on the board.
Oh wow.
And it's pretty quick. I remember it being a pretty quick game. We played it up in Ankeny before.
Dude, this GSC is there. Too easy to paint.
Well, yeah, it's just.
I love painting them. I love painting them, but I'm getting a lot done. Sorry.
It makes you wonder sometimes when.
Yeah.
You have people that it's weird. I think it's weird to see people with like half-painted armies, and you know them for years, and they just never finish the army. They just gave up. It's like, come on, man! Like you're so close. Like just get in there.
Just get in there and do it. Oh man, because
wow, I'm almost done with this whole box.
Yeah, it's not hard. A little box is easy.
Ooh, what should the servitor have? It's got...
What is its options?
It looks like a multi-melta, plasma cannon, or heavy bolter.
I would say like probably a melta.
Yeah, because these guys probably can't punch a lot of wounds through. The multi-melta would do a ton.
You have to be close, but
it's a multi-melta, so I bet it... I don't even know. I wonder if it has a range.
Some of the multi-meltas I've noticed are like, 6-inch range.
Melta is not, but multi-melta.
Maybe they're longer. If it's longer, then who knows? I agree with you. But we'll find out eventually.
Yeah.
Is 10 smallest? Oh, Warband. What are you planning here?
Warband?
Yeah, people are bringing up Warband stuff. Oh man. Well, yeah. So I guess the big question for me is, actually, I think I already have the answer. Is after I finish this off, I'm gonna start working on. Finish off the last of my Drakari. I have a lot of Drakari I still need to do, but it's not as much as you think. But I just need to sit down and do it.
You get like a competitive list pumped out?
Oh, I've got a couple ideas for sure. But I need to get them fully up and running for the stream and everything. I mean, I really want to see what it's like to have 2 bombers coming in turn 2 and doing some work.
Yeah.
To me, it'll be fun as heck. So, I like that idea. Okay.
That is probably what's next for my World Eaters is getting a Thunderhawk.
Thunderhawk. So we got these guys.
So I can be a real
boy.
A real G.
We need cannons? What kind of cannons are you talking about there, Golda? Let's see. These guys are all done.
Are those new Biovores any good?
I don't know. I haven't looked. Yeah, anybody know if the new Biovores are good?
Is that what you're talking about for cannons and stuff?
I'm not sure. Because I know the Biovores were pretty good before their codex came out, but I don't know where they landed after, right? So it's a new model, and GW does like to sell new models. So it's possible they made them at least as good as they were.
Yeah, right. They wouldn't nerf.
But any long-term, NID player may or may not even upgrade. You know what I mean? On top of it, because the fact they've got so many.
The original model is solid.
Yeah,
the metal one.
It looks just like it did when I used to have my army. So
yeah,
it hasn't changed much.
Uh-uh.
But yeah,
it maybe got a little bigger.
Yeah.
But they kind of got the Terminator treatment.
Oh yeah.
They look the same, just a little bigger.
Well, they're all spidery now. Did you notice that? They turn into like a spider thing, which is, instead of like a gorilla-like thing,
Oh, you mean the Biovore?
Warband.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, because there was a Biovore that came out. That thing's crazy looking, and I don't know. There's so many new models that came out for NIDs. It's like,
yeah,
who knows? Oh my goodness. So we got. I'm gonna finish these ones tomorrow, and I guess I could just paint these couple. It's funny. I for some reason thought these characters would take me longer to paint. I knocked them out so fast. Oh no. This guy, I like this guy a lot. Actually, I will add a little more color to this. This guy's great because he lets me reuse the stratagems. Whoop, not that. For free. So I do appreciate him, especially when CP is in hard to come by in the game now. So good to have. Oh, somebody's talking. What do we got? Oh, modeling question. Azrael, Dante, and Captain in Terminator are all on 50 millimeter basis. I would like to put Pedro Cantor on a 50 mil with a server holding his banner. Do you think TOs would no way? I don't know. Like, I don't think it's a problem, and as long as it doesn't. Because here's the thing that matters. If the servitor is killable, how do you remove it from the base from the character, right? Like if you were able to put wounds onto the servitor, then that's a problem, right? If the servitor is there for looks only and has no other purpose, then they're not going to care. But if it's something that actually can die, then that's a problem.
Well, I think it's because Pedro's on a smaller base.
No, yeah, and that's the other problem. They're not going
to. He doesn't have a servitor with him.
Okay, well, here's the other problem that comes with this. I don't know this model, so I'm sorry, but if that model has an aura, it's going to be a bigger aura on a bigger base, right? So that's a problem.
He's a chapter master, so
yeah. So you're going to have to if he has an aura, he'll have to stay on a smaller base. That's just the reality.
That's too bad.
Because the aura will suddenly gain like an inch in range or two, depending on what base you're using, and then people are mad. Yeah. So that's what they would. Even if you don't intend to do it, they call that modeling for advantage, and so you got to be careful of that stuff. So,
just an inch.
Pedro is on a 25-32 mil base. Gotcha. Yeah, you're gonna kind of be stuck, I think, with that.
Yeah, technically he's a firstborn, so he.
Yeah, you might get a new model one day, but not for now.
I don't think he. Well, I don't know. So like the Crimson Fists were the original poster boys.
Yes, they right.
So
they've fallen from that long ago.
Oh yeah. When did the Ultramarines become the poster boys?
I'm not 100% sure because I know in 4th edition when that box Battle for McCrag came out.
Yeah,
right?
Is that kind of
that was definitely focusing on them, but the story was also that they were decimated by the NIDs, right?
Yeah, that's
they're so they weren't in a very good spot. I don't know exactly, and if anybody can answer this question, when did
I think it's the 5th edition Codex.
You think 5th edition? Yeah, because I'm not really sure.
That's the one that everyone complained about because it was the first time you could get free stuff.
Oh.
Because if you brought an entire company or something,
sure,
you could get free rhinos.
Oh, well, so yeah, okay, yeah. Interesting. 2nd edition? Are you sure, Adam? Adam says 2nd edition is when they became the poster boys. I guess.
Well, because Rogue Trader was the Crimson Fist, and if you're talking poster boys in they're on the starter box, then yeah, it's 4th edition. It kind of, I guess, it depends how you phrase or how you really define poster boy.
Okay.
Because that's also why I say 5th, because 5th is when they retconned McCrag not being destroyed.
Oh, I got you. Yeah,
to still being around. So it's that must have been the decision of okay, they're too cool.
Yeah. Because I know in McCrag they were decimated, and so yeah, it seems like they definitely forgot about that.
Yeah.
And that's why I keep my box.
And I think that guy's name is Matt Ward, and that's why everybody hates him.
Oh yeah, I've heard that name before. Yeah,
because he made Space Marines like just. He also like kind of solidified that Space Marines were the poster boys.
Oh yeah. Which I mean, yeah, I get that part.
Which it makes sense that they are.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Hey, Mr. Anderson, good to see you.
Mr.
Well,
Anderson.
I've gotten 4 characters painted. I'm working on some random stuff here just for fun. Trying to get 100 Gene Stealers painted up, before I go to my big GWs, not GW, I mean the GT. Bleh. So that's what I'm up to.
This weekend or next weekend?
It's next weekend. I've got an RTT this weekend coming up on Sunday. And then there's like...
I thought you unbooked yourself from November.
No. I got it all still. I was thinking about unbooking myself, but then what I really did is just removed all the long distance flights and just kept myself purely local. I've decided that I'm only going to go to 2 big events that are far away a year at most. So we're looking at LVO and Warhammer Fest kind of mentality. I'll go to those, but then everything else will be Midwest, within 6 hours kind of deal.
Yeah.
And just support the local tournament scene as well as, there's plenty of great players. When I first started competing, I didn't realize that there was plenty of great players just here in the Midwest. I had no idea. And I learned quite quickly that there are amazing players in the Midwest.
Oh, that's cool.
This 30K painting, right? So, no, we can work on 30K stuff, but we're not at the moment. We're just working in general.
Died.
Your phone died? What's
wrong? My.
Oh, let's see here. But
oh no, Andrew, there's all kinds of demons that are in it now.
Oh, gotcha.
And so what? Demons are now in the game, I believe. Is it just Khorne? No, I just have Khorne models because I am a World Eater player. There's actually at the event I went to last weekend, there was another demon player. He had everything.
Oh wow!
It was really cool. He had horrors, demonettes, flamers, all the different kinds of demons.
Yep.
Sounds Forge amazing. World, big demons.
Oh yeah.
One guy brought the guy who ran it all. Brought Cabanda. Let me use him with all the Khorne stuff.
Oh nice. Gotta be more careful.
Yeah, it's pretty they're model agnostic for 30K, so
okay.
They don't really care what you use.
Yeah, just it's demon and in the story, right?
Yep. So yeah, I saw one guy made more of an Eldritch horror type army, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Where they're all fleshy blood balls with eyeballs coming out everywhere, and
That's
I'm
hilarious.
this is pretty gnarly, little scary, pretty gnarly.
That's just funny. That is funny. I don't remember seeing, outside of the orc player who was running the big squig off thing, I didn't see anybody playing anything really, really different. You know what I mean? So I have to say that for sure. But it is fun what people do. Guess I'm gonna do this like that.
But
yeah.
We just for Rick coming in, we just needed time off.
Yeah, we're just taking this as
we both had big events this weekend, and
yeah, we're just hobbying to get caught up. I mean, like we always say, there's the stream is a never-ending amount of work for us, and so we're always got something going on.
Yeah, I kept putting off these kill team, and I even painted more terrain because I was I was painting a concrete floor in our house.
Oh, I see.
So I knew while the paint was drying between coats, I was like, oh, I'll go paint something easy like a building.
Oh, there you go.
That's what I needed to do, and
that's just funny. I love it. They're like, what can I do that's easy? Oh, right there.
Yeah, dry brush a building.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's all they really need to be. I did put some OSL on them and stuff.
So see, I'm doing this red and blue. I'm doing McCrag blue for this kind of weird armor they have, and then
McCrag, yeah.
And then I'm doing Blood Angels red for the the cloaks and stuff. So, and then I'm doing Snakebite leather
You're just
for
all
everything
contrast
else.
For them.
No, I'm so most of the time you would thin your paints, but I use airbrush paints and they're already thin, so I do that. So I'm doing a combination of airbrush paints as well as contrast paint and shading paints. So, and then I'm dry brushing as well in between there. So you know, this is the slap chop method, my friends.
Okay.
So, just yeah, mixing it all together, it works real well, and you can knock some stuff out surprisingly fast, which I love. Let's see. Not sure who the 30K lad is. Don't often come in those streams. Ah, yes. So Trevor is our 30K guy.
Yeah.
He's running that side of the YouTube world, if you will.
Yes.
But yeah, it's good that you get to meet him. So
yeah, thanks for hanging out. It's a fun game. We usually have a really fun time. Either way, I don't think you need to know too much about the game other than just like.
Yeah, I mean it's Warhammer.
Yeah, it's
You're
Warhammer.
Gonna generally
like,
get it.
Come and hang out if you haven't checked it out yet. It's actually just fun to.
Yep.
I mean, because like we'll sit and talk with you guys. You come in. I mean, you guys come in and chat. We're gonna hang out. That's the main reason we're here. Is you guys.
Yep.
We're not gonna just sit here and ignore you. It's fun to.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think what else I got to do now. Oh, my brain is fried from. I've been painting for like over 12 hours a day. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of painting today, so don't forgive me as I'm a little exhausted. But it looks like I need to put a little more brown on this, so that's what we're doing.
But sit a little bit.
Yeah, I like to mix in.
These guys on bases now. I'm almost done with this kill team.
Oh, good. But yeah, go ahead.
Really surprised that this only took as long as it did.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of nuts.
No, you're building just a couple models.
Well, there's that, but like they're pretty dynamic models.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised for how quickly they came together.
I gotcha. Oh, I gotta clean this one up. I found a couple of some of my GW stuff that are dried up, which I hate. And even though they were closed, they still dried up.
They don't close like all the way because the paint pools.
Yeah, you got to get in there and kind of clean it, and it's my fault. But
yeah, usually you don't lose a ton of paint, but yeah, it's annoying.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I've been using off and on the too thin coats, and to be honest with you, even though I do overall like it, it's dude, I had it in my case. And even though it was completely closed and everything, it still leaked.
Really?
And, yeah, I was not happy about that. So I've never had a GW paint like leak out of it.
Yeah, no. And even with like the backs kind of sticking open.
Yeah, and I've never had a Monument paints one leak out on me either. So I think I'll just keep to my Monument and keep to my GW stuff.
Yeah.
Because that just wasn't okay with me.
Inquisitor's ready.
Woo! Look how quick those went.
Man, yeah, that was nothing. Yeah, we're only like
barely. That Inquisitor box doesn't have a lot of models.
No, it's only 7 models, and this guy was 2 pieces.
I see. Skull. Well, what's interesting with that kill team is they actually can align with any Imperial group. So you could take these Imperial breachers.
I could take those with my Guardsmen then.
Yeah. You can take them with Guardsmen. You can take them with Space Marines, from my understanding. You can take them with Navy breachers. So they're kind of neat in that way.
That would be fun, yeah.
That's why they're an Inquisitory army,
Yeah, no. Well, it's like it's almost. So are they just a single fire team? And
I haven't tried to fully build them yet. I just know the general parts of it. Huh. From my understanding, each turn they can be like, you can't do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that one where it's like from the shadows, death, all that kind of stuff. They can be like, no. Yeah. They're like, you can't do it this time.
Oh, they say no to like other people's like special tactical ploys and stuff.
Yeah, so
cool.
So they're kind of like at one point they've been toned down, but apparently at the beginning they were just really oppressive.
Because it was like, it's like you don't get to play the game anymore.
Yeah, you're just like,
this is my game.
Yeah, that makes people mad for some reason. Whoa, what we got here? People are okay. So let's see here. Which Space Marine detachment you least want to play against if you're a Gene Stealers? Is Gene Stealers completely unbothered by Space Marines? Now, I have to be honest with you here. I have not had the pleasure, if you will call it that, of playing into the new Space Marines yet. So I don't have a fantastic answer for you. When I played into the Space Marines as just when they were indexed, I didn't have any real concerns with them, and I beat them pretty effortlessly. Like, I literally beat a Space Marine player, what was it? It was 100 to 20. So, it was bad. Now, I don't know with the new Codex how good they are right now, but we're going to find out, because I suspect in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start seeing Space Marines potentially winning events and all that with their new codex out. But so I don't know if I have a real one to be afraid of yet. I probably should look at their codex and see what they're doing. What do you think? Is there something I should be scared of as a Gene Stealer cult player, or what? Teach me, wise one. Let's see. Vanguard. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I need to like watch a video about their codex and figure out what they do, so I don't get totally caught off guard by them, because I hate when that happens. But
a paint pot and some water.
You need a paint pot and some water, huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna try and paint some stuff.
There should be. There's a cup over there in front of my airbrush station.
Yeah, I saw the cup.
And then there should be water nearby.
Yeah.
So you should be fine. You should be lovely. Okay, what do we got? Key into Phobos with tons of out of phase movement. Yeah, that could be a challenge. Out of phase movement. No.
What is that?
Well, it means that instead of them, like, for example, here's an example of it. So you like, Thousand Suns can move outside of the movement because they use their psychic stuff to surge forward or to do some other stuff. So, so there's armies that have that kind of ability, and I'm assuming that's what they're referring to as something like that. I guess we'll find out soon enough. I'm gonna definitely run into a Space Marine player at this RTT because we got a lot of it in our meta. So there you go. This guy's coming along nicely. You like my theme? Blue and red with a little.
No, the blue and reds there is a good scheme for them.
This is they're kind of close to the 9th edition look, which was what they call twisted helix, which is
what?
Yeah, twisted.
Zuntite.
I love it. It's kind of like new type. They're running Gundams at you.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was talking to this guy actually about Gundam while I was at that RTT, and he was saying that fans actually made a game for Gundam where you build those models and you can go at it.
Oh, cool!
But the problem is, the fans made it where the actual Gundams would one-shot everything, and so unless you're, so it was just like.
Yeah, like
too
the
close
Zaku's and stuff.
Yeah, it was too close to how it was in the anime, and it's like, we got to make it fun still, people.
Yeah, right. That's the biggest. It's the hardest thing whenever I talk to people that like design games or like design just missions for like events and stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's just how do you at all make sure that it's fair?
Yeah,
that's
and sometimes you just got to go around. The Lord may say, oh, this is just unbelievably powerful, but then it's like, well, that's great, but no one's going to want to play against it. So, so then you got to tone it down or don't make it available. So how's everybody doing? Well, like I said, as always, if you're new here, please hit that like, hit that subscribe, check out that bell icon, and as always, join our Discord, because when you jump in there, you are entered into our monthly giveaways. So this month, I'll grab it since we're talking about all this fun stuff.
Yeah, we're talking about Kill Team.
This is what we're giving away with 2 kill teams. We got our Phobos in here. We got our Blooded are amazing. You get a bunch of terrain and a map to go with it.
Yeah, it's literally everything you need.
This is everything you need to play a Kill Team. So we got that. That's gonna be, at the end of the month, we're giving that away. So definitely check that out. Just subscribing to the channel alone helps us quite a bit, so we appreciate anything. And then of course Patreons get multiple entries because they help the channel the most directly that anyone does, which is they're lovely enough to give us a little bit of cash flow to buy these giveaways and do other things.
Keep getting new armies in here.
Oh yeah, so we love them. We love our Patrons.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
favorite people, really.
Yeah, I ran into a couple of them actually when I was at that event, which was really cool. One guy caught me off guard. He's like, "Hey, so when this is over, can I get your autograph?" And I was like, "Really?" I was like, "It's not worth anything, but I mean, if you really want it."
Yeah.
It was kind of. I mean, it was nice. I was flattered.
Dang.
But I was just like, it's not worth anything, right?
Hey, it's something to them.
Well, yeah, no, I appreciate it. It just caught me off guard, right? Because I was like, are you trolling me or do you really want this? I was like, kind of funny to me, but no, it was nice. And there was a lot of people that knew who I was, which was, it's fun. I like it when people are excited to see see us, and and they tell us
Yeah.
that, like, people were telling me that they really love what we're doing and that they want us to see us keep going, and so it just felt really nice just to hear that what we're doing is appreciated and they want to see more of it. I mean, it's hard not to be like flattered for that.
Yeah, I actually ran into Jess a couple weeks, or like last week, the week before at Jay's out there buying paint. And he's like, "Are you Trevor?" I'm like,
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Oh, hey, look at that. There's a nice lady in here.
Oh, there she is.
That's funny. Oh, and don't forget, next month, I'll show you guys while you're here. Because I built one of the cases. So one of the cases, the box was really battered up, and some of the stuff inside, some of the stuff was, well, I wouldn't want to give it as a giveaway, but we're going to keep it as a display, and of course, I can use it if I need to. But this giant case is for transporting your armies.
That's obnoxious.
And this, if this is a huge case, holds tons and tons of models. It's got pouches. It's got backpack straps. This thing,
you can't lift it up.
I'm going to. I set it down after. Oh, it's grabbing me.
Yeah.
Okay, but either way, look at this. It's got backpack straps. So we've got two. Like I said, we've got another one that's completely unopened and ready to go for the following month as a giveaway. And so that's going to be really exciting. That one we're going to promote pretty heavily. Because it's to me it feels like a big deal.
Stuff.
Oh, I mean they really do.
And that's a huge thing to give away. That's
we're really
more than what the GW boxes are, right?
Oh yeah. I mean that's a like $350 case.
Exactly.
So it's a big deal that A Case was so kind to hook us up with this, and so we're gonna do our best to promote them while we promote ourselves. The fire right there, woo! But yeah, so no, it's I'm really excited.
That became a joke over a weekend.
Oh yeah.
Because someone's like, "Who's got glue?" And I'm like, I threw a bottle of glue at him, and I'm like, "Hey, it's really good stuff. It's from Poland." Because it's stuff that came in the case.
I love that stuff.
And everyone was like, "Oh, well, this is actually." I don't know what it is that he's got in there. I need more.
I don't know either, but I've got another bottle, so that's the part I'm happy about.
My Warhound is like completely held together by that glue, and it has not moved. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, I really like it for sure as well. It's hilarious how good it is. Okay, so that's done. We got a little leather. There's not as many leather items on this guy, but that's all right. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Sorry if I'm getting quiet here. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything as I'm getting this guys wrapped up. Oh, Steve, you'll be glad to hear I've upgraded away from the storing minis in cardboard boxes. Yes.
Oh,
this will bring me much pleasure to hear. It's always sad to see that. Like I've made a few friends, and obviously we're playing this game, and I remember one guy I met. He literally had his models in Ziploc bags. He would just throw them in there.
Yeah, that's right.
But they were fully painted.
Yeah, that's how I keep my guardsmen. The officers have a foam tray, and then the guardsmen have a Ziploc bag.
No wonder they die so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, why should I care about them?
Because they'll fight better.
Nah, they have plenty of faith in the Emperor.
Oh no, those poor guys. Oh yeah, let's do red first. Let's do red, people. Oh, I would say Anita is a whale of a town. It's lodged in a country.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah,
I'm coming in late on here.
Oh, because we're where we had our Siege of Terra event was in Anita, Iowa, in a small town.
Oh, I see.
It's small town Iowa, and their like town sign says it's a whale of a town.
Oh, I see now.
And I don't know why there's whales there.
I bet they were talking about you guys a lot. Did you guys see those weird nerds?
Yeah, they probably were. Walked into Casey's every morning, and they're like, "What the heck?
You're not from around here."
Yeah, you ain't from around here. It's like, yeah, we're not.
At least for now.
Okay, what do you think? This is...
I don't know what I think. I'm busy painting.
Looking odd.
It's looking odd. Ooh, that's some blue.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
I like it because that's the thing when you do it that way, it gives that blue and metallic sheen, which I like.
Yeah, it's just, I'm going to have to get the stroke marks away.
Oh, boy. Stroking marks. How are you stroking it?
Yeah. Well, the camera doesn't go everywhere.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
It's not set up like my webcam.
Oh, I heard this really inappropriate joke today, but I can't say it because it's inappropriate, but I'll show it to you.
You can post it in the Discord later.
Yes, we got to have an inappropriate joke channel that's age restricted, right?
Yeah, age restricted, and like, no, we don't care if there's really bad ones. Well, I mean, they're really
Within
bad.
no racism, right?
Yeah, no racisms.
Kathy loves you guys, huh? Okay.
Oh yeah, Kathy's the owner of the place and she came. So we rented
Yeah.
an Airbnb for the event.
Yes.
And the owner came out because we tripped a breaker, so she had to bring keys out.
Oh sure.
And she saw that we had moved all of her tables around and had set up all of our wargaming tables. She was like, "Wow, this is really cool."
She's like, make sure they never come back.
Yeah, no, she was excited to have us again. And,
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, money's money.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's like
if you don't wreck the place, why would she care, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And we were probably spent 2 hours just cleaning the place up after.
Well,
we didn't
nice.
wreck it,
Yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably left it cleaner than we found it, which is always the goal.
There you go. I love it. Okay, so these guys are getting a little red on them, getting a little paint going. Jenny demand what?
Our crew should descend on one of the towny bars. Oh, I know. Yeah, on our way out, I was like, "Oh, there's a bar we drive by, like a little town bar."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, we should go there on Friday night next year."
Oh, that's funny.
So next year, what our plan is we're going to do the battle or the Crusade of Olinar.
Okay.
When all the legions gathered up before the heresy and fought the orcs.
Oh, yes.
So, because we got a few guys that have really big orc armies.
Yep.
And they want to get them on the field, and it's like, well, what better way?
Oh, yeah.
And then all the Primarchs can fight with each other.
Yeah.
Instead of against each other. That'll be weird to have.
Yeah, I was actually listening to a story where it was talking about the Emperor was fighting a massive orc. That an orc mech boss that he was fighting.
Yep.
And he used all of his powers to defeat him with a little help from his friends.
Yeah, I forget too. Yeah, the
because
Emperor
him and Horus was fighting against orcs.
Yep, that was probably from Olinar. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was. I don't know, like if you don't have to get into the lore if you don't want to, but I'll tell you what. The more I learn about the lore of the armies I play, the more I like them because then you learn what makes them tick. Like what they've done, it just to me it just brings my like orcs to life. It brings my gene stealers to life, and I love it. So don't be afraid to check out your own lore.
Thomas Mullen's using the really useful boxes with magnetic adhesive sheets. That's, that's how my World Eaters rock.
So for those who don't know, like you can get this right here. I'll put it under this camera. This is what I use to magnetize my models. It comes with its own scissors, and it comes with 5 sheets. And I get it off of Amazon, and this is how I magnetize my bases to go into my A cases. So, because if you look, it's flat here, and that's because that's a magnet.
Because you got resin bases also.
Well, I have resin bases and I have regular bases as well. So, if the resin base is what you can do if the magnet falls off, is you just put a little super glue, and then it'll stay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but having a flat base without having to worry about a magnet, because what I found when you put a regular magnet on here is it gets pulled off, because the metal will just rip it away.
So one guy I know was talking how he 3D prints all of his bases now.
Yeah.
And he put a little notch for a specific size of magnet that he just buys like 1,000 of them.
Oh, sure.
So he'll never run out, never have a problem. Ooh, let's make a yellow one.
There you go.
Yellow.
Yeah, make all the different colors. But I agree with you. I just like having the flat bases, and they work so well with my AK, so that's just what I do.
Yeah, we should look at your orc army.
Orc army?
And see if they can play against some heresy armies.
There we go.
Because they have rules for them.
They do.
For the orcs.
They sure do. Oh no, is that leaking? Please don't leak. Oh no, it's fine. Okay.
And what I was told is they have like even all the new Beast Snaga stuff. And
oh, do they? Wow.
Yeah.
Because those are the feral orcs. I'm hoping if they get Steven some orcs next year. Yeah. But what I'm hoping for is that they give us some more of the feral orc tribes. Because we got the Beast Snagas, we've got, the Beast Bosses, we got all these guys. So now we're missing, like, the steampunk stuff that they use, too. So I'm kind of hoping to see some of that,
How much steampunkery do they have?
Well, because here's the thing. When, like, a wall leaves a planet, right, there's spores everywhere on that planet. And more orcs hatch after the fact that the wall's gone. And those orcs are left with nothing, right? So then they're orcs, though, and they're always tinkering. So they start inventing things from a real basic perspective, right? So they're doing steampunk, they're doing, that kind of thing. So that's why they're riding Squigos and doing all that stuff. So
and that's who these beast snaggers are.
exactly, because they're
left behind.
Exactly.
Oh.
But then some of them get to join up with the Waz later on or whatnot. So yep, it's kind of a cool factor in that way.
I didn't know that about the beast snaggers and stuff. That's
cool.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm hoping we see some more of that kind of models coming. What do we got here? I just use Cobalt to keep the bases. I can get a ton of bases for just $50. Well, yeah, I mean, printing your own bases, yeah, you're gonna save a ton of money. There's no doubt about that. So I just, I use the bases that come with the models. So I don't know. I don't have that.
Yeah,
problem.
But I used to buy the Sector Imperialis ones.
Okay.
For all of them, and they're really cool, but they're kind of tedious to paint.
Oh, sure.
Because it's a lot of detail in them, and then.
Yep.
I end up just covering them in blood anyways, so who cares?
I love it. Oh, man. Let's see what we got here. I got to get more blue armor on here. I guess since I'm here, I'm going to just paint continuously.
Yeah, just never put the brush down.
Well, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. No, never.
Never.
Never stop painting. That is the only way you're ever going to get stuff painted.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's not a lie.
No, I was surprised that you're saying that like RTTs don't require painting.
No, now what happens though is they do have prizes for painted armies, so that you're rewarded for that. So they don't care and they encourage you just to show up. But if you show up with a painted army, you will be rewarded. So that
it's like raffles are for painted only or something.
Yeah, they'll have some of that stuff going on. So there's definitely a reward for doing what you need to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I thought they added that into like the core game of like, you get 10 more points.
Yeah, when you go to.
And I thought that was cool.
Yep.
But I assumed events back when I was playing 40K.
Yeah.
No, I guess that was still a new concept back in like fifth edition when I was really competing.
See, when I was playing in 3rd and 4th, the store that I played at back in Reno, Nevada, they had a store rule that you had to have minimum 3 colors.
Oh, really?
Yep, that was the store.
Was it a GW thing?
It was a GW store, but I don't know. I was young and new to the game, and that's just what I was told. So I was like, okay. And so I painted my armies with three colors. It was not the prettiest thing I've ever done. Probably the worst painting I've ever done. But
it was painting.
Yeah, but I painted, so it was good. But there were some people back then that were because the old paints were harder to work with, and those guys were knocking out amazing art back when it was hard to do it. So
yeah, people don't realize like how much like a lot of people I take it for granted, like just all of our oil washes.
Oh yeah,
all that kind of stuff that before the internet too, you couldn't just Google like how to get good.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's so much easier now to become a good painter than it was when I first started.
And it's not to diminish the talent of some.
No, not at all.
But it's just like. It's just back then it was like there was a couple of old guys that I remember they painted the old metal Chaos Terminators, and I was like, this guy's the best painter in the world.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
And it was just the old curmudgeon that had been painting forever.
Yeah. Hello, what's going on here? There we go.
All right, there we go.
The local one does have an extra raffle for painted armies. Yep. So that's always nice when they do that. I'll definitely be playing at the local RTT here at Mayhem's. I'm signed up and good to go, so it is going to be fun. I know they had a little event just this weekend.
Yeah, what's that one?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what they were doing. 'Cause it was, from my understanding, it was for beginners. It was like learn how to, here's your first event kind of thing, and they encourage new people to come.
Okay.
So that's all I really know. So I was.
Unplug this green cord.
Yeah. Just
that's only one of the.
Just
lights.
No. If you unplug the green cord, we're gonna lose the camera above our head and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we don't want that. So let's just unplug that. Just hit the button and off she comes. You just have to stand up so you don't do anything weird. But yeah, I don't want to deal with losing the other camera.
Yeah, right. I don't want to do that.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna get some more metal done, and I gotta finish up those sleeves for Comic Kingdom. Yeah, there's something going on this Saturday, right? Over at Mayhem's, if I remember
They
correctly.
have their vendor thing where, like, if you can buy a table to get, you can buy a table and get, you can bring all your stuff out that you don't want anymore and sell it.
Oh,
and you get store credit.
Oh.
Yeah, so it kind of helps them out, and then
oh, that's pretty nifty.
it also, yeah, it's an interesting setup, and then so it helps the store out, and then it helps you get rid of your models if you want, or go get more models.
Yeah.
That you may not paint ever.
My gosh.
Oh, I should get a red one.
This next weekend's like crazy busy. My work is having a Halloween party on Saturday at night. And then you guys having your Halloween party early.
Yeah, were you able to? Are you going to be able to make it?
Yeah, I'm going to make yours. I'm not going to go to the work one, honestly, because I don't really like hanging out with coworkers outside of work.
Oh, yeah, right.
I like to keep that separate. I signed up for it to be nice, but honestly, I don't want to go.
Yeah, that's why
I would much rather go hang out with you.
Like a real job sooner rather than later, so we can stop hanging out.
Yeah. Something like that. But yeah, like...
No, it's like people you already see.
Well, yeah, when I'm working there 5 days a week, I don't need to see you more.
Yeah.
I just want to hang out with my family and my friends.
And it's not that like you don't like I like my. I mean, I have a lot of people that are.
I'm weird. I'll be honest with you. Like if you're my if you're my coworker, we're not. I'll be really nice to you, but we're not friends. We're not real friends. I don't try to be friends with my coworkers. I just try to get along with them.
Oh, I almost spilled.
I'll laugh with you and do all that stuff, but it's very rare that I want to be friends with my coworkers. It's nothing personal. It's just me.
You're just not like nurses? Or?
Well, it's nurses and doctors that all come to that party, and I mean, I have to deal with them enough as it is, like I said.
Yeah, you get enough conflict with them that you're like, ah.
Yeah, well, and one doctor, I was like, please don't hit me, but please don't take this patient's med away, kind of thing. And then, and then they were like having a discussion about it, but then they're grumpy. No doctor I've ever met wants to hear their nurse be like, I don't think you should do this.
Yeah, right.
And then you just have to stand your ground and say what you got to say.
Yeah.
So this one, he says, is an artist alley, not an actual, Oh,
is this week the art and artist?
Yeah, I thought I saw like they're gonna have artists.
Maybe I'm thinking it's next month.
Yeah, I know they do the other one regularly as well. So there's definitely both of those.
Okay.
So
artist alley, I might need to go check out what people got.
Yeah. It could be fun. Let's see here. Get all this painted. I did a lot of Zenithals on all this stuff here. Let's see here.
Yeah, man, I did the Zenithal on the demons, and 2 minutes of work is now.
It saves you so much time with the Zenithal.
Yeah. Well, it just you get so much detail out of so little work.
Yep. I'm a huge fan of the time savings and the quality that you get from it. Okay, so there's that. This guy's got a little more work to do. How are you doing?
No, I'm hoping these little gubbins and stuff I've got in this box will be good for kill team and just making boards look a little more fun.
Oh, sure. I like it. Okay, here's
I know in 40K you guys got to have like table setup is like a strategy now.
Let's see. Too real. Expect I have to see my coworkers after work hours sometimes. Yeah, I don't know. I try to be friends with coworkers, but when things go down at work, or I don't know. I just don't want to think about work when I'm hanging out with my friends. And if I'm hanging out with coworkers, guess what I'm thinking about? Work.
Yep.
And I don't want to think about work when I'm not at work. So, what
and
you
do? Always end up talking about work.
Exactly. This or that. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Or you're just gossiping, which unnecessarily, and it's just no.
It's another issue. Yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't just be sitting here talking smack about Sally again.
Yeah. So and so didn't show. Let's talk smack about him.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Exactly.
Said I won't show, and you can talk smack about me.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. So, let's see here. Get all these pants done. Because my Gene Stealer's like wearing leather pants. Because they're fancy kind of Gene Stealer. Let's see, we got that done.
For all the riding they're doing, because they always got rides, right?
Well, they can. Right now, their vehicles aren't good. They cost too many points. If they would knock them down in points, they would be something worth taking. Right now, you're pretty much all on foot with one or two vehicles on the table.
Oh, wow.
The one list I was messing around, you'd bring 2 Lehman Russes. And you'd bring them with the
destroyer. Those are mine.
Well, here's the fun fact: So Genestealer Cult gets to align themselves with Astra Militarum. But what they get a certain number of them. They can bring 500 points worth, and they call them Brood Brothers. So they're just Astra Militarum that's fallen to, So they don't get to do orders or none of that kind of stuff, but you get the weapons, otherwise. So
yeah, you lose the regimental or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So they're still good and everything. Like, having a couple Lehman Russes on the table is not a bad thing, especially when they're like strength 12, kind of stuff going on. And
oh yeah.
Because one of the Lehman Russes, the Destructor. Well, some of them are, but there's other tanks that are better. But I can't take the better ones, so that's what I got to choose from.
The Destructor.
But the Destructor one,
that's not a variant. Is it Executioner?
Well, the Executioner is the plasma one.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Destructor one. It has D6 plus 3 blast weapon, and it's strength 12, AP 3, 3 damage.
Ooh.
And so it's not terrible, and
no, that is by no means terrible.
So
it's actually quite attractive.
Yeah, so it does some work, but yeah, as a Genestealer Cult, we can't bring as much as we probably would like to. So,
which gun is that? The Destructor.
Here, I'll look at the tank real quick. If anybody knows what that one is, let me know. I need to figure out how to Zenithal with the airbrush. Okay, so here I'll teach you how to Zenithal super easy.
I don't even Zenithal with an airbrush.
Yeah, I do it with even without the airbrush.
Yeah.
So all you have to do, right, is you paint the model black or whatever base color you want. You literally Zenithal from directly above the model, like right over the head. Or you can shift it if you want. Like wherever you feel like your light source is going to be, that's the Zenithal spray. I prefer to have sun directly down on my model, but I will do a little bit of around to get some harder to reach areas that sometimes I want to have highlighted. The other choice, if you don't want to have an airbrush or a rattle can, is you just take your good old dry brush. Voila. A dry brush is great. You get it on there, you use your dry, your little texture palette, right? You get some of the paint off, and then you go through, and you just hit all the spots you want highlighted. This, so you don't have to have an airbrush to do Zenithal. It's just faster with an airbrush or a rattle can.
Yeah.
That's it. So if you're not able to invest in certain things, you don't have to. There's other ways to do things in this hobby. So don't.
Yeah, I feel like there's always like if you, we all talk about like, oh yeah, like these paints and brushes are the best, and it's like, that's for like the next level. If you're just trying to put like paint on your dudes, have a cool looking army that's just fully painted, paint some terrain or something. There's nothing wrong with
sure
Michael's like 20 packs of brushes. I mean,
sure, yeah.
That's what this is right now. This is what I'm using on all the terrain.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to get the more like I'm not using. Like, Monument Hobby brushes aren't really expensive. There are, like, Opus brushes that are way more expensive and stuff like that. You don't have to buy the most expensive. And if you're new to the hobby, don't even. Get yourself just some cheap brushes.
Spend more money on your models. Get your full army. Get a playable army, then worry about paints.
Exactly. You're not going to be good at painting right away, so you might as well start out with just some basic stuff and work your way up.
Yeah, and if you can do really well with basic stuff, that's something to be said too. Yep,
for sure. And now I wish I could tell you. See, I don't like playing as humans. I'm sorry. I'm a human in real life. They're Bahamut, so I don't really play Space Marines very much. Oh. So I couldn't tell you what to put in an Impulsor. I don't even know the stats on it really well, so I do apologize on that.
Oh, Odin knew.
Odin knows. Thank you, Odin. Demolishers, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the tank that has that cannon? Yeah, okay. But what I mean is, I don't play Space Marines enough to know all their stuff. I'm so sorry. But, yeah. Gotta have a little screen on the back of this bad boy. And we'll give this a little white so I can give it some leather. Boom, boom. Oh, and I gotta get some brown pants. We'll do the red sleeves, I guess. Oh, semi-serious nerd. Zenithal. Which something is most powerful or successful. So going based off of that is as a peak of what would be like. Yes. Perfect explanation. Thank you very much. I agree. So, yeah. So Zenithal, it's not required, but it does save steps. If you're doing contrast painting, it's really useful.
Yeah.
So keep it in mind. I do find even when you're using regular paint, it's useful because you'll see where it's lighter and darker because of that. So
yeah,
as long as you don't like slather it on or whatever.
Yeah, you can see your shadows as you paint them.
There you go.
It's surprising how just helpful that can be.
Yep. Oh man, let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we gotta do this T-shirt. But yeah, I like the Zenithal quite a bit. The only ones I don't Zenithal are my orcs. Actually, I just get them gray sear, and then I just go to town on them. They're orcs are rarely very old, except for the war bosses. They've been around a little while, but the regular boys and stuff, they die a little easily. So don't expect much from them. Okay, so that's done. I need a little metal on that there. And if you're ever looking for a really, really cool paint, Vallejo right here. This Vallejo silver is unbelievably amazing. Highly recommended for doing anything that you need like lead belcher for. I highly recommend it.
Is it better than the Caneptic? Have you tried the Caneptic silver?
I have not.
Or Caneptic alloy. It's got like a little bit of, it's silver, but it's got a little bit of red in it.
Oh, interesting. I've not had the pleasure.
Yeah, that got hooked. That's just a Citadel paint that I was like, dang.
Oh, interesting.
It's just a cool, good like you can highlight bolt gun with it because it's light enough.
Yeah. And
it kind of gives it a little bit of a different color.
Okay.
So.
I love it. Oh, I gotta get a tiny brush for this little streak of leather strap on this guy's head. Let's see here. Doot. Tiny brush, tiny streak. Let's go.
How tiny is your tiny brush?
I don't know.
Bet mine's smaller.
Oh, well, let's ask your wife. Woo!
No, she doesn't paint.
Oh, that was my joke that you didn't want to like.
No. Nope, okay. I dodged it.
You dodged it. So this is a 00 brush, to answer your question.
Let me see how big it is. That's huge. What are you talking about?
You don't know what you're talking about. I'll smack you in your... Well, I've got one like that too.
Yeah.
It's mostly dead, but this is a 00. That's like a triple or quadruple.
It's called the Psycho in Army Painter.
Oh, I got you. I had a brush from Army Painter that was like that, but I feel like I don't need a brush that small more often than not.
Nope, always. I've gone through like 5 of them.
You just love them then, huh?
Well, when you're doing all the recess shading I do on those white armor.
Oh, because you're talking about your boys.
Yep. I for one squad.
Yeah.
I didn't even use a wash. I just used black paint with that tiny little brush and went through every little armor panel.
Oh, you really love your boys.
No, I hate myself.
You're like, I hate what I did.
Yeah. No, I just hate me.
Oh,
just in general. I had to atone for all the horrible things apparently I do in Heresy because I try to win too hard.
Yeah, no. You feel free to ask any question you want, Bahamut. I don't mind. We love answering them, and to keep the chat going, it's more fun if we're all talking to each other than if we're just him and I are just talking to the air, if you will.
Yeah, talking into the void.
Yeah, we love just hanging out with all of you because you're our homies.
Yeah, and honestly, this is kind of the reason too I like doing this is just you guys come and hang out.
Yep.
A lot of you guys that don't even play 30K still come in and pop in when we're playing it.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for all you who are here right now. So
yeah. So like ask us anything.
Yeah. We definitely will do our best.
I'm not gonna give out my social security number.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
He's just saying so I like to use Vallejo's gray. It's a light gray. It's an airbrush paint. Like I use so much airbrush paint, it's not even funny. But I love this Vallejo. It's basically like gray sear, but a little bit lighter. I'm a huge fan. The best way to paint white is don't paint white. That's how I kind of operate. And off-white is easier to paint than it is to do a pure white. Now,
pure white, baby.
Now, the exception to that is Monument Hobbies titanium white. Dear goodness, that is an amazing white.
Do I need to get my hands on that? For
yes,
some World Eaters.
It'll change your life. I'll tell you what.
I just prime white and don't, and then I seal it all, and then oil wash over.
Yeah, you're still probably gonna like it. I'm just saying, but yeah.
Do they?
Yes.
I wonder how white it is compared to Korax white.
That's a good question. I don't know. I never compared the two. But what I will say is I still love it. I don't use very much white from GW anymore because of Vallejo's. The Vallejo's is just so good.
Okay.
It covers really well, you know. So
there we go. We got some containers at least
nice.
with color on them.
So yeah, we're improving all the time.
Yeah. Now what can we do?
Well, if you're Charlie board, you could finish off those little buildings over there.
Oh yeah.
Unless you got something else you want to work on.
I need to write down what they have because I have the same kind of buildings.
Yeah.
Or I can paint them like I did this building that I got up here.
Yeah, I mean,
that was just like black and like I picked out the skulls.
I mean, let's be honest. When you go to a city, not every building looks the same, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay that we can have them look a little different, right?
Yeah.
And all that. I don't have any issue. He's coming along. Look at that. It's getting there.
Yeah, it's got a lot. They have a lot of little details.
There's a lot of details, so you're always going in and working on that. So
yeah,
which I'm okay with. But if you're really new to painting, this model is going to be more of a challenge because it's just so many little details, and you got to be patient. It's not that it's hard, but you have to get. If you don't have good brush control yet, these models can be a real nightmare. But once you've been painting for like a little while, you'll suddenly be like, "Oh, that's it. This is easy."
Yeah, this is simple.
Yeah. You just got to get there.
I think we're just gonna do red again for these.
Yeah.
Let's do a different red though.
I hear you. Go for it.
Go. I have some of these air. Do these air paints like let the shine go through?
Yeah. They're still metallic and all that stuff,
Okay.
and they're still what they are. What I like is they're already at the perfect consistency, so you don't have to like. I have a wet palette, and when I use the base colors and stuff, I'll use my wet palette, but otherwise. I use the airbrush paints, which you get a large volume of paints, which I really love. So yeah.
I think I'm gonna just get a regular red.
Okay, we got all that. Let's see if there's any other metallic I missed before I wrap this up. Flesh Terror.
Let's do Blood Angel Red for this one.
Blood Angel Red is one of my favorites, I'll have to tell you.
Yeah,
If you want a real cool, like, cartoony one, the Ball Red is an interesting...
How is it cartoony? Like, it's...
I don't know, like, it's a very bright red. It says it's a contrast, but it's really not. It's more of just a very watered-down red in the sense of how it coats really, easily. And it's very bright. And then you're going to want to wash over it, but... It's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's when I did it with my orcs, it felt cartoony, which was appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about the best way I can describe it at this point.
Is that it was cartoony.
Yeah. It's
a cartoony red.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that endorsement. Like, where do I go with this?
Yeah, Vallejo has some wonderful metallics for sure. The best gold I've run into, honestly, my favorite gold is right here. The Two Thin Coats Two Thin Coats gold is amazing. So is the Monument Hobbies one. I haven't used the Vallejo one, so I can't answer that one. But and of course anybody worth their salt knows that Retributor gold is really good.
I recently got a pot of that, and I think it's what it is, and I was highly impressed by it.
Oh, the Retributor gold.
Normally, like, GW metals have not been very good.
Yeah, the Retributor gold is like this one right here.
Yeah, it's got like a white top too.
Yeah, this is a great gold. If you're looking for an alternate, like I said, Two Thin Coats or Monuments for sure. Like I said, I can't speak to the Vallejo, but their Vallejo silver is good. If that's any indication, it might be good too. Trevor, what do you think is good Rites of War for Iron Hands?
Oh, Iron
Adam,
Hands.
Get in here, Adam. We need your answer.
No, he's Iron Warriors.
Oh, he's Iron Warriors, not Iron Hands. My bad.
There is one that makes their breachers, which they have like special breachers.
Sure.
It gives them feel no pain.
Okay.
And line.
Oh.
For their unique ones, so they become scoring, and then you can have all these breacher dudes. And breachers are super easy to make if you are trying to like convert a firstborn army into 30k.
Yeah.
Because as long as you got bolter guys, just slap shields on their arms.
Oh, I see.
And it's easy to get 3D printed shields. That have the Iron Hands iconography on them.
Yep.
But and then they get grav guns in their breacher squadrons are really good. Help tear up dreadnoughts, stuff like that, which are annoying.
Yeah, I love it. There we go. That looks good.
Okay.
This guy.
I think that's all the red I need on it, right?
Yeah, I mean,
just like the tubes, and maybe get some different metals, and
there you go.
um,
I think so. I wonder what. No, I don't want to do this. I want to do a different color for that. I think for the flamer, I just wanted to add like I really do like this Tesseract glow for glow effect.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of it, so we're gonna use that for our little flamer pot, if you will. Have that glowing in here. Because God knows what kind of fuel they actually use in this distant future for, making flamers.
Yeah, right. All I know is that like these fuel depot things,
Yeah.
they should be red, right? Because it's fuel.
Oh, sure, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. I'll never forget it was a Star Wars RPG game that I was playing. I was like playing as like a sniper, and this guy, we were being attacked by guys, and he's like, yeah, the stormtroopers hide behind like some barrels where you go roll for initiative. I'm like, what color are the barrels? And he's like, what does it matter? And I'm like, because if they're red, I'm going to shoot the barrels because they're easier to hit. And he's like, gosh dang it.
That's just funny already. You're just already being a problem child.
Yep. Always have been.
That's just funny. Okay, let's see. We got seismic cannon. I think we'll just keep the theme going of just this color. Okay, Retributor Gold is go-to. I have used the Vallejo Game Color Polish Gold, and it's very bright, streaky, and takes 2 to 3 coats. Yeah, no thank you then. No thank you. You would much rather, I'm going to tell you right now, the stuff from Monument Hobbies is fantastic, and so is the stuff from Tooth and Coats as well as Retributor. So definitely don't hesitate on those, or don't sleep on them. They're worth it. Okay, so that's going to be like that. Oh, man. Let's get some gold on this model, and then I think we're going to be close to... I feel like these 4 have more details than the characters did.
Oh, they're not even characters? Oh.
No, these are... Like, I have a lot more of them upstairs.
Oh, they got 4 arms. That's why.
Yeah. I brought these guys down because I needed to put... I noticed that a couple of these guys didn't have magnets, so I brought them down to magnetize them. And I planned to only painting those guys for the stream, but I'm like, oh, I'm already done. More to do.
Heck yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's see. I'm losing my train of thought. Don't you hate that, people?
Can't lose something you never have.
Oh, no. What? He's a bastard.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, that's what I want. I want a little bit of that
blue,
bright blue. But yeah, it'll be nice to have some of those. Did you print those, or did you buy those from GW?
No, I've had them forever.
Oh, okay.
I had them. So when I was thinking about starting my own channel, when we met, I had bought a ton of terrain.
Oh, I see.
So I have a ton that just never got painted, but it's all built.
Ah.
So that's where this stuff's coming from.
Well, wonderful.
Yeah, so it'll be...
Yeah, it's be nice and useful. Yeah, because I was debating about buying some of those ones or seeing if someone would print them for me, but since you have them...
Oh, the containers? Yeah,
I don't have to worry about it now.
Cool.
Yeah, they look good and gives us a little variety on the table, right?
And I'm not going to go too insane on the details. I've always been one that terrain should not be cooler than, like, the lamest model. So, like, terrain should be painted kind of poorly.
Okay.
Or quickly, poorly, whatever you want to call it, but...
Yeah, I mean, terrain is there to facilitate the game. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to take over the game.
Yeah, it shouldn't take over the presence of the models. That's what.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sometimes, and now don't get me wrong, I love what some people have done with their terrain, and it's very sick. But that's just the way that I feel.
Oh yeah, I hear you now.
And the way I feel is most important.
Oh, here he goes, people. Here he goes.
Because I'm a millennial.
He's a millennial. It's all about my feelings.
It is.
Good.
I just want us all to be on the same page.
I love it. Okay, so that's all done. Now looks like I just gotta let everything dry a little bit here, and then I'm gonna be doing skin. Skin. And then these guys will be dry brushed and then done. Oh, did I forget to do your glasses? Yeah. What I like to do is take that blue that you use, the Tesseract blue, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, that's a cool blue, isn't it?
And I love using it for goggle lenses and stuff. It's just
yeah, that's awesome.
It covers it really well, and low effort to do.
The lowest effort is always like the best if you can get a really good.
What if? Ooh, go ahead.
What if it's a large multi-stack terrain piece? See, and that's where like centerpieces for boards, those can be pretty. Those are allowed to be pretty.
Yeah.
Like Depticon, one of the tables I played at had a I think it was like a 10-story building with like a 20-story crane.
Oh wow.
With it because it's like under construction and stuff. Like it was really cool, and it's like that stuff. Because it's so big, you're gonna look at all the details like they should be painted.
Yeah, I mean certain things will break the rule.
This is red container 1.
Exactly.
And that's all he needs to be.
Yeah.
He's doing his job.
Yep, there's no real reason to go crazy.
He's a bolt gun, that's all he is. That's all he needs to be.
That I agree with. There we go.
There we go. Now they're getting some red and yellow. That looks kind of cool.
Voila. Oh man, let's see. That looks all good. Get in there. God, did I not do this side of the gun? Sorry, everyone, but it looks like I forgot. I'll have to go back here real quick with some silver.
Uh-oh.
I did one side of the gun and not the other.
Hate that.
It's like, oh, that's not finished.
Throws your tempo off. And
yeah, when you have to go back, clean the brush, switch everything up,
Oh, you already went to another color too.
Yeah, so it's like I noticed it well after the fact. So.
Oh no.
Well, I've got a couple things to do here, so I'll do my blue screen first because we need to do that.
I need to get some of that warp block bronze.
One of these days, I need to sit down and practice learning how to do gems. That is.
They're not. Yeah, it's just
the thing is that skill set then lends itself to glass. Like if you have windows or whatever. So I've watched it. It doesn't look terribly complicated, but I've just never done it.
Yeah, the really scary part is when you put that little drop of white.
Oh yeah.
And you're just like, I hate it. Then you got to start over if you really messed up.
No, I hear what you're saying.
That's the only thing that sucks.
So I have this idea of building a large-scale multi-stack terrain piece for games. Ooh. Like Boarding Patrol, where I wanted to make it a larger Space Hulk terrain piece. I mean, it sounds cool.
That sounds like an awesome idea.
Yep. Sounds pretty cool so far. Ooh, I just realized one other thing I missed. Keep finding little details.
Oh yeah, and you never stop finding them.
Yeah, it's like, oops, I forgot to do this strap in leather.
Oh yeah, that's why I like to keep my Marines pretty basic.
Yeah.
Like on what I actually put them, glue onto them.
Oh,
I mean,
sure,
it doesn't look like they have much of a choice. It looks all...
No, there's not a whole lot of different choices for them. And as you can tell, there's a lot of details on their body and stuff. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm going to be doing the work.
Yeah.
I ain't getting around it. This guy's got gloves. We're going to do this right here. Yeah, I think that. We'll do a little shortcut here.
I think really big buildings are always a cool idea.
Yeah.
That's why I built this building forever ago. I don't think they can see it here, but...
Oh, that one over there. Yeah, I've seen that one before. Didn't you bring it before, but it was unpainted, right?
Yeah, it wasn't, and I was gonna paint it over here, but it's huge.
Yeah.
But
no, it's all good.
This thing's pretty cool.
It's
it's for the old Sector Imperialis terrain.
Oh yeah.
But it built an intact building.
Oh.
With all the lights and stuff.
Did I tell you what I found at that when I was at that event this weekend? They had a Blackstone Fortress box, unopened. I was kind of tempted. I was like,
that sounds wicked sick.
Yeah.
Cause
and a lot of cool stuff in it too.
You see, and that's the other cool thing the other cool thing about just traveling in general is you sometimes can find really cool finds like that.
Yeah, for sure. Little gems and whatnot. Okay, let's see. With y'all talking about orcs too, though, I'm curious, planning out sketches, ideas for large centerpiece orc terrain. That's a large wrestling ring.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Oh man, that would be wicked.
It just sounds awesome already.
Yeah.
That's just,
Gosh.
That's just funny. Now entering the ring. Kind of moments.
Yeah. Now entering the ring. The biggest thief in the clan.
Yeah, I love it. You can see orcs doing that for sure.
Oh, yeah.
No question. Let's see here.
Man, Need to get like another batch of brushes. These are all looking pretty rough. Pretty loved. There we go.
There we go. This guy's wearing gloves, so he's now. All I have to do is get that gold on there, so I do that next. Let's get all this skin done, and I'll remember to do that gold that I keep forgetting about.
This brush broke, so it's not as long.
Uh-oh.
And it's kind of off-putting.
You're so rough with your things, my friend.
I am.
Stop it.
No.
You got to make me. Oh, man. Tonight's flying by. It's almost 2 hours in.
Oh, we're almost 10 o'clock already?
Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock already. I got to get to bed sooner than later, but we're going to finish up some models here real quick, and then I'm going to bed.
Yeah. Well, these
Yeah.
The canister or the containers, the Connex containers are pretty much ready.
Good. You're leaving them here, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I'll just leave them here, and like next time we do hobby hang, I'll just be working on terrain.
Yeah. No, maybe that's totally fine, right? I mean, once I get this army done, I'm gonna go back to working on like finishing up some terrain too that we need, and then I gotta finish off like the Drakari that we need, and never-ending projects, like we said.
Yeah, exactly. The word bearers are all built.
Very nice.
Mostly.
Who did the word bearers fight the most?
The Ultramarines. It was a slaughter. They actually even Lorgar.
Yeah.
They haven't expanded on it at all, but in the Siege of Terra books they talk about.
Okay.
Lorgar and Horus had their own mini little heresy of their own.
Oh, really?
Where Lorgar's like, no, I'm the chosen one, and Horus is like, bad. And spanks him and throws it, and that's part of why he's not at the Siege of Terra.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't it? I feel like the real one, chosen one was Typhus. Wasn't he the one that? Well, who was the one from the Death Guard that was like getting like everybody kind of on board?
Yeah, Typhus or Typhon is what his name was back then.
Because then he even took in the Destroyer Plague.
Yep.
Into himself and all that. So.
Yep, he's the one that's still a character in 40K.
Yep, he's still running around from there.
He got a cool model too, a cool new one.
He looks great, without a doubt. He looks great.
That's what I need to buy. I need to get a 40K Karn, because I only have the old metal one.
Really, Karn, huh?
Yeah, just to have him. And
well, yeah, I mean he looks cool as hell. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
He just looks good the way they did him.
I have an idea for a display board that'll have 30K Karn on one side, and then have like a warp rift into the other side of the board is then 40K Karn surrounded by a bunch of demons and 40K berserkers and stuff.
Okay.
Because their arms, he switches which arm he's using to hold Gorechild between the models.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool to have like a mirror universe or like a split in reality where you see like the two at the same time. I thought that'd be.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Well, thank you there for that semi-serious. He was telling me that they have Blackstone Fortress on sale at the GW website as well.
I thought that was like an.
Well, the store I was at, they were selling it for $140, which I guarantee GW's store is not selling it for that much or that little. But yeah, I should have probably got it. Oh well. The guy who owns the store is named Steve, or his nickname is Moose, and he's a super cool dude. Very good player too, and an amazing painter. Holy cow, that dude can paint. Okay, there we go.
Oh man, I'm putting too much work into this now.
Too much work into it? I love it. It's funny.
Yeah.
What have you done, sir?
Putting too much of another metallic color on here.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, I'm just finishing up this little bit, and then I've got to do a little bit of a wash on all this, do a dry brush, and then call it quits.
I'm going to assume everybody that's here at this point in the video is already subscribed to our channel.
Yeah, if you're not,
hanging out in Discord. Tell your friends about us, because like what better way than, I know everyone has like their friend Discord, which totally, but get your friends involved with a bigger community. That's always
has played a role in the Luther turning to chaos and betraying the Lion as well. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I mean Typhus is a big part of a lot of what was going on, right? So
a lot of that,
which makes it even more interesting. Okay, we gotta let this all dry. And then we'll get there. The four-armed god will be pleased. The four-armed emperor, if you will.
Oh, is that what they refer to him as?
Yeah. So yeah, they don't really, they're just like, they're coming. So like, it's kind of interesting. Like this character right here, right? This is the Primus. He doesn't come into play until the High Fleet's nearing. Like literally, the Brood is like, okay, now we need, it's almost Ascension Day, right? The High Fleet's coming. They know it.
And then what does he do?
So he leads them. He's their.
Oh, he becomes the leader then.
Yeah, okay. He's their leader, lead them into combat and whatnot. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that way. I think I'll dry brush a little bit onto that sword. I don't like the sword. Kind of came out a little plainer than I want, so we're gonna give it a little dry brushing and go from there.
That never hurt nobody.
No, if something comes out darker than you want, grab a lighter color or grab the same color, add some white, and dry brush that bad boy.
Yeah.
And you got your problem solved. Where did that color go? I'll grab some more. It just depends on how much commitment you want to something, right? Because you could be really careful when you're painting something and put your washes right into the recesses and stuff like that. But if you are like myself and tend to be a little more quick about how you paint it, then you have to be willing to dry brush to bring that brightness back up.
Yeah,
right. But I find it's just easier to get the those colors where I want, or the shading in there deeper that way, and then just dry brush over it, and it looks really good. Yeah. I don't mind the extra effort for it.
No, dry brushing is like I think it like everyone associates it now with slap chop and being easy.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a core, it's a fundamental like painting skill.
It really is. You need to know how to do it.
Yeah, and there is a difference between doing it and doing it well. Like it's.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Let's see here, a little bit more on this one, and then that.
I do need to read up on more about the Dark Angels. I read their first book.
Yeah.
Descent of Angels, which is more about, like, it's 99% of the book is about the lion before the Emperor comes.
Oh, okay.
And how he basically was like a monster hunter.
Yes.
Because Caliban is like Monster Hunter World.
Yeah,
like the video game. Like it's just.
Yep. I love that video game, by the way. I've got 1,000+ hours into Monster Hunter.
Oh my god!
On the PlayStation, I played
it
so much. See, the thing is, I was part of this clan that we used to play. We used to play Destiny together, right?
Yeah.
And then we got into Monster Hunter, and we were always playing together. So you're hanging out with your buddies. Yep. It's easy to drop 1,000 hours in because you're not doing it alone. You're all in chat and hunting together. So that was, to me, that was always a hoot. So it's a whole different level there. Okay, so now these are dry. We got a dry brush this little bit of my, what's this? Underpainting is a great technique to learn. Underpainting. Tell us more.
Underpainting? Yeah, I'm not familiar with
that. Is that when you
term.
paint less? I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, tell us more. I would never claim that I'm an expert painter, and I'm always willing to learn more. So tell us more about this underpainting. Okay. Monster Hunter is amazing and great game. Yes. No, I agree. I kind of fell out when they had the next edition come out on the Nintendo, and it kind of fell off from there. But I did love it a lot. Lots of hours lost.
Yeah, that's where I've been struggling with Starfield out lately.
Oh yeah, that's your real problem. We gotta do an intervention.
Yeah, you just need to take my laptop away.
There's only so many. Sadly, with like 40K and AOS and stuff, it can take up quite a bit of your free time. Which, I mean, if you love it and stuff, who cares? But your family may not. Right? So.
Yeah, that's where like I just don't have a lot of time for video games. Like once I became like more serious about like wanting to get fully painted armies all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know, because even before like I came on the channel, like I still like to play fully painted.
Yep.
That's just its own. You can't go and play every new video game that comes out. You gotta be picky.
Well, heck, I've always been picky on the video games I play, but I hear what you're saying. I've just there's certain games I just never would play, but that's just me.
Oh yeah, right. I mean,
Oh man. But for those who might wonder, let me get this little dry brush here done before I say anything. 1 second. Got a dry brush. There we go. The one thing I'll say is, there's several kinds of dry brushes you can get out there. So keep that in mind. Like I've got ones that are really short and angular, which I like for smaller detail areas. Yep. And then when you're doing big areas, you got these big brushes I love. And then there's different sizes of them too.
Army Painter down at JC and Hobby has the big. I just got them. I think it should be in here. Yeah. They give you 3 sizes. This is like the medium one.
Yep.
Is about.
The only problem I have with Army Painter and is that I found the brushes don't last long. Like I've had my Monument Hobby brushes for a year, and I have of course newer ones as well. But the ones that I bought a year ago, because I clean them.
Yeah, you're taking really good care of them.
I take really good care of them, and then when you treat your brushes right, they'll treat you right.
Oh yeah, which I don't treat mine right.
So yeah, well when you're only spending $1 a brush or something, that's one thing. My brushes, when I buy 5 brushes for $60, that's a different story.
Yes.
So then I love I love my brushes, and give them a lot of good attention.
I think that looks kind of cool.
That looks great.
I think this is serviceable to.
Yep, you just got to remember.
Games.
Yep. You just got to remember when you clean your brushes, get some brush soap. They're not terribly expensive. Once you get some soap in there, you just go in your hands, swirl it around, get that soap into all the bristles, and then once you're done doing that, then you just kind of bring it to a point. You can choose to store your brush with the soap on it and it'll help it keep its point and condition the brush, which I like. Or you can just clean it off and that option as well. So, but if you have a brush that's really struggling to keep its point, I find that if you let it stay in this brush soap for the night, it often will correct that problem. Something I learned from the owner of Monument Hobbies. He taught me how to clean brushes and do that, and yeah, you can make a good brush last a very long time. Dark Angels Omnibus are great and not too expensive on eBay.
Ooh.
Knights of Caliban, Legacy of the Caliban, Legacy of the Dark Angels, and Descent of Angels, Fallen Angels, and Angels of Caliban are all cheap. Well, yeah, I mean, you can definitely, you don't have to buy books brand new. You can buy them used.
Yeah.
They're going to just be as good. So I agree with that. But hey, guys, I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to wrap up the stream here in the next few minutes. And if you're somehow still here and you're new to the stream or you're seeing it after the fact, like we said, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit that bell icon. Tell your friends about us.
Because, I think
join our Discord.
Huh?
I said, join the Discord.
Yeah, join. That's how you get in the giveaways. But telling your friends about this, getting your small group into this big group and join the larger community at large.
Very welcoming group.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh,
for sure.
Definitely.
But hey, as always, this is Steven with Improbable Wargaming
and Trevor,
and we will see you next time on Kill Team Night.
Kill Team Wednesday. Yep.
Yep. Bye bye.
See ya.